Bueno, pues buenos días a todos. Yo soy Eva Rodenas, algunos me conocéis ya. Trabajo en preventa en Salesforce. Antes de ello empecé en IECISA y bueno, vengo a hablar un poco de cómo utilizar Marketing Cloud y DMP y qué casos de uso pueden darse. Y sobre todo, pues hay un par de casos de uso muy interesantes que se están dando últimamente, que en enero se abrió el conector para Marketing Cloud. Y bueno, pues lo primero de todo, muchísimas gracias a todos por venir. Sé que no es el mejor momento junto a la keynote, así que de verdad os lo agradezco. Y bueno, antes de todo, siempre forward looking statement. Salesforce es una compañía que cotiza en bolsa, esto lo estaréis aburridos ya de verlo, así que todo lo que se compre tiene que ser en base a productos que están ya. Y bueno, pues la agenda de hoy va a ser un poco qué es is a DMP, que es un DMP. No sé si quién de aquí sabe lo que es un DMP ahora mismo. Sorry, I was speaking in Spanish. Sorry, we'll switch. No problem. I'm Eva Rodenas. I'm a super nerd. You will see it. And I will prove you in the following slides. I am using Marketing Cloud and DMP. Who of you already know what a DMP is? Okay, 2 people. That's a good thing to start. So, what the hell is a DMP? This is the first thing when Salesforce acquired Quax, I was like, what the hell is this? Basically, in Marketing Cloud, we have 2 types of data. We have the data of the customers we know. Data that can be from our CRM. This is data from people who is logged, right? This is data from people who has interacted with you in a logged way. So basically, you know who is this person. But at the same time, you can have other types of data. So you can have, for example, web data and people who is visiting your web but not logging. And that means that people who is not logging, you are losing it if you are not using a DMP. So basically, here I'm going to show you how to combine both and how I felt about that. Okay, I'm very, very nerd, you will see. So basically, the Salesforce DMP is basically doing a unification of all the data points you have. So it can be CRM, point of sales, it can be web data, it can be any Marketing Cloud data, it can be data from your ERP. Basically, you can, this is like making a cocktail. You put everything in there. So first, we collect and store all the data you have, so we can use it. Then we try to group them and unify to single personas. We try to build personas. So basically, who is a sport lover or who is planning a trip in the following months. So this way, the companies can take further insights and create segments in order to know better their customers. So yeah, as I was saying, marketing, it's powered by different data, but basically, this is all the data some of the data that Salesforce DMP can ingest. So we can have mobile data from your apps, from your mobile. We can have email data, digital media data. So if I'm using Google search, I can get this data, CRM data, data from OTTP, so data, for example, from devices, such as your fridge, for example, social media data, e-commerce, and beacons and location data. Okay, so this is quite a good triangle, right? And then, why Audience Studio? Because, this was Salesforce DMP, and we are, as you know, Salesforce loves changing names. We changed the name from Salesforce DMP to Salesforce Audience Studio, and basically, we are using it because we are changing our message. Because Salesforce Audience Studio is not only giving you data from third-party data, which are usual use cases for DMPs, but we are using we are trying to go into a cookieless world. We are having more and more constraints and walled gardens by big companies. So basically, what we are trying to do is to leverage first-party data with second-party data, which are really GDPR compliant. So this is always this has a consent frame all the time. And this is very interesting because of GDPR. This is really improving our value. Why? Because we have our first-party data. We can use third-party data as well. But we have the second-party data, which is basically Data Studio. Data Studio is a tool which is embedded into the DMP. And basically there, what you can do is to buy segments from other companies. So let's say Heineken, for example, found out by buying segments from Ticketmaster that their main consumers, the people who were more valuable for them were the people who was more into football and people who were more into techno concerts. So, well, if you see what at the moment Heineken is sponsoring, it's this kind of events, right? So basically, you feel like the best with this tool. Like when you have it, it's like, wow. You can, and then with the new multi-channel audiences, which is like the connector for Marketing Cloud, we are able to use this data from an unknown customer. So, for example, a person who has been searching in the web, and at some point they log in, and we have their email, we are able to see all the tracking they have done through the web and different systems, and we can use it for email communication and omni-channel communication as well. Okay, so what I'm gonna show you is that basically with Journey Builder, and I will show you this in a demo in a while, is that you can this connector has like two different ways. So the first of all is DMP to Marketing Cloud and Marketing Cloud to DMP. What it means? It means that, for example, for DMP to Marketing Cloud, I will be able to create a segment. So, for example, people who love sports or people who love movies, and then I will be able to send this information to Marketing Cloud, to Journey Builder, and I will be able to send targeted emails with specific content based on what has been their search web during the last month, for example. So if they are interested in sports, why should I send you a luxury email? I will send you like the correct content on the correct time. But then we also have the integration from Marketing Cloud to DMP, which is basically how we can use data from our best customers. So we can have like our best customers in our CRM or in our Marketing Cloud data. And then we can send this information to DMP. And from there, what we can do, and it's something super interesting, is that we can create a lookalike. And what is interesting about the lookalike is that I'm taking like my database of people who is opening my email the most or engaging the most, etc. And I can create a lookalike in which basically, as a marketer, I will be able to engage with these customers and to look into more similar customers, both in using first-party data and third-party data, depending on the use case. So what does this mean? That, for example, we can use this is one of the use cases. But something which is very interesting as well is that most of the times people are not giving us their real email, let's say, the email they read the most. And something we can do is that, for example, if they are not opening the emails, we can just go there and we can say, okay, this person is not opening my email, but Salesforce DMP knows that, for example, you have a laptop and you have a smartphone and you have the devices you have. So basically, we are able to impact these people through Google, through banners, wherever we want. Like if they are not opening my emails, if I'm having if you are a high-level customer and you are not opening my emails, and then I will put banners. This way, I will be completely engaged with the customer. So, yeah, this is me using DMP. I want to show you a few use cases, and I just added them here because this Marketing Cloud connector has been implemented in 2 months, and to be honest, it's very in early stages. But basically, for example, AB InBev, I don't know if you know them, it's one of the largest beer companies right now. They are reducing waste impressions. So as they know also that I'm having a laptop and a smartphone, they are not sending me banners all the time, but they are sending me banners on the moment that matters, which is actually super cool because this way you are saving the money but you are not saving it, you are reinvesting it into these people who are more likely to buy. Same with Eurostar, okay? So Eurostar is using it with Service Cloud, for example, and one use case which is like super interesting is that, you know, if you are mad and you have an open case in Service Cloud and you are a very web page with, you know, you have your cases there, whatever, what we can do is that if you are having a case and you are joining you are going into the web, what we can do is, okay, let's suppress this person and don't send them ads because probably they will be mad at you, right? So this is a super good use case as well. And finally, Pernod Ricard, as you can see, I like to drink. You will see in the after party, but yeah, with data, for example, Pernod Ricard, who is like super great brands as well for drinking and for spirits, implementing their DMP and their Marketing Cloud, they are like saving a lot of money and increasing like crazily here like the numbers. In Mafre as well, we are having like our customers from Mafre like here in Spain saying this is so amazing that we let them to talk by themselves and we are like, okay, just prepare by yourself. They are having a 300% return on investment at the moment on certain campaigns using Marketing Cloud and DMP. Okay, so now I'm gonna go for a demo if you want, and I will show you how it should work in both ways. I will do a quick demo on Journey Builder first. So in Journey Builder, who knows Journey Builder? Cool. Cool. In Journey Builder, something we have now is a new entry source. So we have the Google Analytics 360 entry source and the DMP entry source. So basically, we can build an audience such as sports lover, and we can, you know, start email them because this is like free for us, relatively, to send and to impact the person. But if they are not like, let's send them an email and let's contact them directly. But if they don't open the email, if they open the email, okay, let's keep contacting until they buy. But if they don't open, we can set here the ad audience and send this information back to the DMP as people who is not opening the email, and I have targeted them in Marketing Cloud. So probably I will have like more interest on bidding higher on these people, right? Then once we have it, if we are sending this information to the DMP, what we are able to do, it's we will have, here is the main console of the DMP, and basically what we can see here is people who are individual people in the segment, and the devices corresponding to these people. So for example, here we can see that for 1.2 million people, we have 3.6 million devices. This is through artificial intelligent algorithm, and yeah. Then for creating a segment, I will show you how easy it is, because like it's like super hard. Like, to be honest, it's easier than Marketing Cloud. I just click on create a segment, and here I have all my first-party data. So all the data which is belonging to me. This is Icarus Travel. This is a company I have created. They are a travel agency, a travel search, such as Kayak, such as Skyscanner, which are actually some of our customers. And basically here I can see which has like my app data, car data, people who has looked for a car or has rented a car, CRM data, flight data, etc. So let's create a segment, for example, for, I don't know, let's say, like, let's say people who is between 35 and 50, and who has the app downloaded, during the last 90 days. We have their Boolean, we have Boolean choosers, so basically we can add and or information, and this is only first-party data, but also we can empower this with second-party data. So in case, for example, for this travel agency it's not very useful, but let's say I'm a hotel company. I'm Iberostar, for example. And if I'm Iberostar, I can buy data from Kayak for people who is looking for an apartment, who is looking for travel to Mallorca. And then I will show the ad of my hotel in Mallorca. So I'm really, like, instead of being like with with a gun machine, I will be able to be really a sniper and to impact the person in the correct way. Once we have it, we just click on continue and give a name and activate it. As you can see here, we have some of the activation partners. So where do we want this information to be sent? And basically, we can send this information to the site, or to Interaction Studio, to personalize the site, whatever. We can send it to as many activator partners as we want. We have more than 200 activation partners at the moment. So this is very huge. We go out of the Google walls. And then we have Marketing Cloud, as I told you. So in Marketing Cloud, it would create a data extension, and you have it. And basically, you just click here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and done. You have it. It's done. Like, this is how easy you can create a segment. But then something which is really, really cool, and this is something I would like to, you have like the segment summary here. So basically, you can see how many devices, where are they connecting from? Are they connecting from the website? Are they connecting from the mobile phone? Are they connecting from Safari? And you cannot see here, I don't know why it's bugged at the moment, but like basically you will be able to see how the population is growing, increasing, and decreasing over time. And finally, yeah, this is something I love. Let's say I have a lot of segments from not only my company, but from other companies. What I can see is the overlap between two different segments. What it means is that I can find people who are similar, and this is, for example, the way that Ticketmaster and Heineken found out that they had like this strategy together. And we are building high strategy with this kind of partners. So for example, for Kayak and Hotels.com, they are really engaged between each other because they are able to talk between each other, right? So this is like happening all the time. And that's pretty much it. We can like, as well as we can like to finalize, because I know we are not very on time, something which is very cool is that we can have the frequency by person, not by device. What that means is that I can like see how many times I'm impacting a person individually, not on any device. Not on any device, not on any activated channel. So if you have 3 activated channels, when you don't have a DMP, you are impacting me, let's say, 2 times in my laptop, 2 times in my phone, and by every of these activation channels. Whereas this way, you are able to see everything unified. And what can I do here is that I can see this is the conversion point. Let's say the red part is like wasted money. And what can I do with this wasted money is that I can reinvest this money and bid higher on this part, who is the people who is about to convert, right? So these are like very interesting use cases. I think this is pretty much all, and I know you will have like a lot of questions, so please, I'm happy to answer everything.
So for example, sorry,
yeah. Sure. Nice to meet you.
For example, if we are willing to use Advertising Studio, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of use cases will we have for
yeah.
use DMP and
yeah, so for
it's a component of it.
No, it's a super good question. So in order to send the audiences from Marketing Cloud to DMP, you need Advertising Studio. But also, Advertising Studio, you know, it's not only for DMP, but it's also for Facebook. You can use it with Social Studio. You can use it with Google. But if you go out of Google, so for example, you go to AppNexus, or you go to any other activation channel, which is not the 3 we have by default there, you need a DMP. And something which is really cool is that all the data, which is like taken out, so all the data, I activate the segment, this data, I can retake it and I can like reuse it. So I can see how, this is why the frequency works, because I can see if I have impacted on them or not. So I can even see like the CTR by campaign and not by DSP or by, you know, I can see it on a global way.
What is the main advantage in terms of web traffic tracking and web conversion in general? What is the main advantage of using DMP and not Google Analytics, the usual one?
That's a super good idea. That's something which happens a lot to us. It's like, we already have Google Analytics. Yes, of course. But then, like, Google Analytics have a few issues. First of all, you cannot combine CRM data with web data, for example. This is not something which is not there. Then the connector with Google Analytics, it's only from Google Analytics to Marketing Cloud and not the other way. Something which can happen here. Then you have Data Studio. So basically, it's like the marketplace for segments. And and then you can have, like, apart from Google Analytics, you can have like a whole range of different activation channels. Not only Google. If you are using Google Analytics, you can only use Google Analytics. You know how Google is. It's Google Gardens. So basically, with this, you are like not using only Google Analytics, but you are using it in a higher way. Something which is like very, very funny is like, for example, Booking has been using Google Analytics for years and have been spending 1 billion per year in advertising, only with Google. What Google has done in exchange is that, without saying nothing, taking all the data, because they take all the data, they have built their own hotel comparator. So this is really about what the customers want to do with their data.
In terms of this, sorry, I have another question. In your experience, how the clients interact with data studios or buying second, third-party audiences, and how this impacts with their final revenue, how they are willing to spend, invest, basically?
So basically, it depends. You can have agreements between different parts. You can say, okay, I'm giving you this segment in exchange of this one, or I'm giving you this for a fixed amount, etc. So basically, you can discuss with the customer what are you sharing and at which price. Not only the segments which are here, but you can call them. Something which is very interesting is that you don't have to do all the legal stuff all the time. And the formatting, yeah.
I'm just wondering the volume of data that you think you need in order to actually make this successful. Because I'm also aware if you, let's say, have 1,000 customers, this is probably a huge investment and would you actually get anything out of it? So I'm just kind of like, do you have the guidance on
yeah, it will really depend on the advertising spend you have. But usually we used to say it really depends on the situation, but at least 1.5 million spends in advertising a year. Yeah.
Just one more question. So since it's bidirectional, so you can send it from DMP and from Marketing Cloud to DMP. So sending it from Marketing Cloud to DMP, I have it pretty clear. I mean, I can use an email, okay? But when you are sending that from DMP to Marketing Cloud, we might not have the email. So how we merge and what is the email?
So first, that this will do is that it will check if we have the email through hashed email address, because
is that a necessary condition?
To send it to Marketing Cloud, of course.
Okay.
But if they click on a banner and then they register, all this information will be in the DMP as well.
For example, if I have the Facebook ID or the device, maybe I can have in my data link or somewhere else, make a cross device, and maybe I can merge and go and get.
Yeah, if you are in even if you are not logged in, okay. If I have to match, it will work, okay. Because I matched you before. It's basically a user match table. in which basically, you know, it's like user 1 is corresponding to this cookie, and it's corresponding to this cookie now in Google, and it's this user here, and it's doing like, and basically, this user in my CRM, so basically it's like a big, big, big table, and you can like mix the info. Okay? Any more questions? Yeah.
And what happened with the GDPR?
Yeah.
The buzzword, sorry.
My best word ever.
Yes.
Consent.
But you can use this for send a consent mail.
Yes.
Okay.
All DMP is based on a consent. Is based on 6 different consents. You give when you accept the cookie. So be careful. And and basically, what you can like, if the data is not consented, it's not processed into the DMP. Okay.
Last one. From the architectural point of view, so the main ID you have to manage with DMP.
Yes.
And is the unique ID. What is the main pain that you experienced in the past?
So let's. This is like a huge conversation. If you want, we can take it. Sorry. So see you in the future. Let's drink.